All right, so I got another anonymous question. So I think you will do well by helping us put your name so that at least we can call your name out and recognize the question you have asked. But this person is asking a very important question. He or she said, how can I increase the size of my eggs on the farm? Right, why did I say this is very important? Because the size or quality of the eggs you produce in your farm also determines how people buy them. So a poor quality egg or a small size eggs will also result into people pricing you the way we say in Nigeria, anyhow. And you don't want that, right? So the size of your eggs is very important. What affects the size of eggs? I'm going to give you 3 things that you need to watch out so that you can improve on a day-to-day basis the size of your eggs. Now, the first thing I want to watch out, but first a disclaimer. I think I need to make this disclaimer. When birds are at the onset of laying, it's normal that their egg size is small. So it means that once they start laying, that first initial 1, 2, 3 weeks, they produce what we call pullet-sized eggs. Those pullet-sized eggs are small, but it is expected if they are raised properly that the egg size increases as the day progresses. So over time, within another 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks, you start seeing a mixture of big-sized eggs and small-sized eggs. The small-sized eggs are coming from the ones that are just beginning to lay, while the big size eggs are coming from the ones that are slightly experienced in laying. So there are 3 things you need to watch out if you want to get your egg right. The first thing is how your birds are brooded or how they were raised. Now it's expected that at age 12, the weight of your birds should be a minimum of 1 kg. Now, I know people raise birds without scaling them, right? That's one of the best way to fail, or one of the best way to achieve a poor performance when you don't have a measuring metrics. So what do you need to do when you're raising your pullet, especially from day old to the point of lay? You have to have a weighing scale. What does a weighing scale does? It gives you the proportion to which your birds are developing. Their skeleton, how their muscles are developing, how their bones or their skeletons are developing. Because a proper development, a properly raised birds will give you a proper output, meaning very good egg size. So the first thing you want to be sure is that those birds are raised properly. Don't deny them. They might not die when you deny them of feed. But of course, when you short cycle their feed, then you're also doing something really very terrible to your farm. So you want to ensure that they are raised properly, a proper developed muscles and skeletons that are properly weighed give you good egg size. The second thing you also want to be sure of is anything around your management practice. You want to give those birds water ad libitum. What do I mean by ad libitum? Constantly. You can't starve your birds. More than 70% of egg is water. You can't starve your birds of clean water. Ensure that the nipples, if you're using battery cage of your farm, is properly working. Because sometimes birds go to get to those nipples, punches them or peck them, and there's no water. Ensure your management practice is top-notch. You have quality water passing through your pipes, or you're serving clean water. Ensure that the protein content of your feed is adequate. Where are you sourcing your feed from? Because low protein or below normal protein levels in feed will also cause your egg size to be reduced, and of course you don't want that, right? The last thing is that you should ensure that your birds are not sick, because there are certain diseases that can cause your egg size to be reduced, or whose clinical signs show up in reduced egg size. So if you raise your birds properly, your management practice, there's no overcrowding, there's no heat stress, the feed intake is good, and your water quality is also very good, and you still have persistent reduced or small egg size, now you will need to call a vet, because there are certain diseases that can also cause or affect the size of your eggs. If you need help, drop a comment on the comment box and let us help you resolve that. From me to you, my name is Dr. K, and it is Cheers.